walks, 2.2 ERA. As I said about Kansas City, he's dominant against Kansas City. 4 starts, 2-1, but a 1.4 ERA. 36 strikeouts against the team that strikes out the least per ratio in Major League Baseball, and only 3 walks. In 55% of Corey Kluber's starts, 12 of his 22 starts, he has struck out 8 or more batters. 55% of his appearances so far, and his ERA now down to 2.77. I mean, really, I can look for more. If you guys want, I've got notes upon notes here. Corey Kluber, seriously, I don't care what his final win and loss record is. I don't know that if the Indians don't make the playoffs or compete, I don't know how much that will hurt him when it comes to Cy Young balloting, but you've got to put him in any discussion. I mean, am I wrong? I'm not being a homer here. This is going beyond Cleveland. This is on in all of baseball. I mean, I will put Corey Kluber. If I've got Game 7 and it's all on the line, and I've got every pitcher in baseball at my disposal to choose who I would want to use, I'm telling you, I'd make some arguments maybe, but Corey Kluber would be as good of a selection as any, in my opinion. I'm telling you, look at what he's turning into. And okay, maybe he was my guy, and so I'm crowing a little bit because I told you guys. But man, imagine what this team would be right now if the Indians had traded for Mark Trumbo, Corey Kluber in the wintertime, like what was rumored and what was out there and what was discussed. Yeah, you'd have Trumbo in that lineup, but imagine this rotation without Corey Kluber. Imagine this season without Corey Kluber. The way the rest of the rotation and the way that things have gone for the rest of the pitching staff. Imagine that. So, sometimes the best trades are the ones never made. But I got into some serious, I don't want to say arguments, but, some heated discussions over the winter with some people, especially some people that were not believers in Corey Kluber. I mean, most people would give you that he was good. I heard from some of the people that wanted the Indians to make that trade. Oh, well, he's a 3 guy. He's a solid, number 3, maybe turn into a number 2, and but you got to go get that bat. And I'm like, man, Corey Kluber, you guys are sleeping. And I remember especially it was a lot of the LA people, the fans that I was talking to at that time that were saying, man, why would we trade Trumbo for Corey? Who is this Kluber guy? And I'm like, those are the fans. I say that all the time. A lot of local fans, they might know the stars and the people that are having good seasons nationally, but they may not be familiar with a lot of other teams' players, and they were very unfamiliar with Corey Kluber. I bet they're a little bit more familiar now and going, man, that would have been a good trade right there. But I was glad that the Indians didn't pull it off and stuck with him, because Kluber is proven to be the man, even though a tough luck no decision last night. And then, bottom of the 14th, that's what happens. You give up a hit, a steal, and a hit, and the game's over before you know it. But, I mean, I got to tell you, this is where I get frustrated. The at-bats in the extra innings. Am I the only one, when I was watching the game, that just thought, man, extra innings were some of the worst at-bats that the Indians put up? It was like the longer it went, I mean, for as well as it was pitched and for some of the defense that was played, the exception of that one play that we talked about earlier, it just, the at-bats were not good. I didn't like the Indians' approach at the plate there, and it just, nothing. And as we saw, nothing happened. Tough night for Nick Swisher. We've said that a lot this season, 0 for 6, and hey, whatever. There's nights that he hits grand slams to win the game, and there's nights that he goes 0 for 6, I guess. That's all I can say, and it all adds up to a loss, and a tough one, just a tough way to, and I was really hoping that they would punch that extra one in the 9th and take care of business there, but it wasn't meant to be. But now you have to bounce back. Look at the rest of this series. We talked about the youth or the inconsistency and the ups and downs of this pitching rotation. Well, guess what? You have it all dead set in front of you for the next 3 days, because you've got Josh Tomlin, Zach McAllister, Danny Salazar going this weekend. All 3 of them give you a chance to win, but they also come with the risk of the inconsistency there too. Which Josh Tomlin are you going to get? Are you going to get the guy that goes out there and pitches like he's Corey Kluber Jr. here? Like we've seen a couple of those this year. Or are you going to get the guy that's lost 6 of his last 7 starts and sometimes looks like he doesn't belong? But in the middle of that, goes 9 innings, no, one hit, no walks, that incredible start that he had against Seattle there. We'll see. Then you got Zach McAllister matching up against Jeremy Guthrie. We've seen McAllister. We've seen both sides of him. It appears that he may be working himself back in, but you've still got that let's see what happens. And then Salazar. We're only one start in to the rebirth, I guess, of Salazar at the major league level. Encouraging stuff that we saw there, but, you got to see it again. I mean, one encouraging start doesn't make it. So let's see what happens. At this point, I got to think if you can get a split out of this series, you take it, you smile, you come back home, and you start all over again. But you missed an opportunity to win a key one. And here's what I worry about most. It's disheartening. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm kind of worried about, because when you got a guy that goes out and pitches like that, and then you don't have anything to show for it, and you lose a game to Kansas City, you drop a half a game behind them in both the wild card and the division. Of course, Detroit has to find a way to win and get it. And I saw the headline on ESPN, and I just kind of shook my head because it kind of, hit on right with the Indians. Detroit struggles, finds a way to win behind Scherzer, and I'm like, man, the Indians, a playoff team, man, you had to find a way to win behind Corey Kluber yesterday. But I'm not giving up. I know that I may end up on this by myself. Mike Brandenberry's like, man, I'm telling you, I'm not giving up either, but that may be the Indians' best move, but I'm not doing it. But you look at last night and you go, how? Regardless if you bounce back, you miss an opportunity. You start off with the win, then you could look and go, hey, maybe we could take 3 out of 4 here in the weekend. Maybe we can come home with some momentum. Now you're backpedaling and you're hoping to scramble and come up with 2 out of 3 here to split this thing. I think they can do. I do believe that they'll split this. I think they'll take 2 out of 3 this weekend and come home pretty much where they started the trip. But that's the only problem, is that as you get a week later, as every week that we get later in the season, ending up right back where you started, it doesn't work anymore because you're right back where you started. Eventually you run out of games. But we'll see. We're closing in on the trade deadline. There's a lot of things in play. And we'll just have to continue to watch along, see what, if any, moves the Indians make, and let's see how they end this road trip first. I think that's going to go a long way, too, because if they were to lay an egg this weekend, well, that may change the front office's opinion on things. You come back with the split, you make it a winning road trip, you feel strong, then that will make you feel a little bit different about things, too. We'll keep talking about this, guys. Obviously, a big key 3 games left against Kansas City. Let's see what happens with these young pitchers going out there for the Indians tonight. Josh Tomlin, my man Josh Tomlin, he was 5-1, then goes 1-6 in his next 7 starts, man. Let's see which one shows up. Tomlin and Ventura tonight. Zach McAllister, Jeremy Guthrie tomorrow, Danny Salazar, Bruce Chen, and that should be a good game on Sunday there, Salazar and Chen. I've always liked Bruce Chen. We'll talk more about that on Monday when the series is over and the Indians return home. We're going to take a break, get you the news, come back. Jeff Gorman from Browns101.com with us as training camp. It has begun. Everyone's reporting and taking conditioning and all of that stuff. We'll go through the positional battles. We'll talk training camp, talk some Browns football with my man Jeff Gorman from Browns101.com coming up next here on the Sports Fix.
The Sports Fix, your choice for intelligent talk.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Intelligent talk.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
These guys must be on the wrong station.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo!
The Sports Fix.
As we head into this break, I just want to remind you the Sports Fix proud to be partners with Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck, 5715 Canal Road, just under the 480 bridge in Valley View, Ohio. Bill Hershey and Bill Opalich, I tell you about them each and every day. They'll take care of you. Number one, huge Cleveland sports fans, but they're good people, hardworking people, trustworthy people. I don't just come on here, I tell you this all the time, I don't just come on here and talk about places and people that want to buy advertising on the show. I talk about people and products that I believe in. And Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck is one of those places. Whether you've got a truck, car, van, commercial vehicle, big or small, it doesn't matter. They'll fix them all. They're the home of the low price tire guarantee. Find a matching set of tires cheaper anywhere else, and they'll match the price guaranteed, no questions asked, no matter what it is. Hey, and they understand in 2013 that there's transportation issues. People need to get to school, to work, to daycare. All those things need to get done, and the car needs to get fixed, and they'll figure out a way to make that happen for you. Check them out, quicklane.com/Valley Ford Truck, and find out that life really is better in the quick lane.
It's an addiction. The Sports Fix. We'll be right back.
I'm Tyler Zeller, and you're listening to The Sports Fix.
Have you gotten your copy of Cleveland's Finest yet? Highlighting the best moments, players, and media members in Cleveland sports history?
He won it! Milo hit a three-pointer on the side.
In-depth personal interviews with some of the top names in Cleveland sports fill the pages of this incredible book. Cleveland's Finest by Vince McKee is this year's must-have book for every Cleveland sports fan. Available now at Amazon.com. Get your copy today. Sports Fix listeners, do you 24/7 at the Sports Fix CLE?
Business owners and professionals, do you want to take your business, your product, your team, your event to the next level? You want to advertise right here with the Sports Fix. Our listeners are among the most loyal listeners, terrestrial or internet. The Sports Fix universe is not only the radio show, but tens of thousands of fans on Facebook and Twitter. Email me, Jerry Myers, thesportsfix@AOL.com. That's thesportsfix@AOL.com. And let me help you swing for the fences and hit it out of the park right here on the Sports Fix.
Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Harry Buffalo. Harry Buffalo, join the herd.
News break.
Good morning, I'm Bob Picozzi. He was a no-show at organized team activities and minicamp, but disgruntled wide receiver Andre Johnson did report when the Houston Texans opened training camp this morning. The seven-time Pro Bowl pick is frustrated at the prospect of yet another rebuilding season. Johnson had 7 1,000-yard receiving seasons in his 12-year career. One of the new faces at Patriots camp is 5-time Pro Bowl cornerback Darrelle Revis. Quarterback Tom Brady's delighted he no longer has to play against Revis.
He's a great player, so, he challenges us, he challenges the receivers, and it's nice to go against, someone like that. And we've had other great corners here in the past, but he's a great competitor, and having a chance to compete against him on another team, I certainly appreciate having him on our team.
ESPN will be reporting live from Patriots camp throughout the day on SportsCenter on ESPN television. ESPN's Jim Bowden is reporting that the Yankees and Padres, who made a trade on Tuesday, are now discussing a potential deal which could return pitcher Ian Kennedy to the Bronx. Second round of the Canadian Open are Michael Putnam through 10 holes, Jim Furyk through 7, and Tim Petrovic through 4.
Service experts at your Buick dealer would like you to think about anything but the maintenance of your Buick. That's their job. If you don't know worry-free service, you don't know Buick Certified Service. Visit BuickCertifiedService.com for the latest service offers and everyday value pricing.
You're listening to The Sports Fix.
Welcome back to the Sports Fix, live across the Sports Fix Radio Network. J-Rock, Jerry Myers with you guys, getting ready to be joined by my man Jeff Gorman from Browns101.com. I'm going to talk to Jeff here in just a moment about all the latest as the Browns kick off training camp and some news coming out about Josh Gordon, too. I saved that till now. I wanted to talk to Jeff about that. Phones aren't open, but you can keep the conversation going on Facebook and Twitter. Facebook.com/The Sports Fix. Tweet with us at The Sports Fix CLE. Email us, thesportsfix@AOL.com. Let's hear your predictions here for some of these positional battles, and we're going to go through some of the bigger ones and looking ahead to training camp. What are you most excited about? Hit us up. Let us know. I'm going to the phones. My man, Jeff Gorman. Jeff, how you doing? Training camp beginning Friday here on the Sports Fix. Feeling good. How are you?
I'm feeling good too, J-Rock. It's time. We've waited all these many, many months, and now it's time for them to actually start playing some football, and it's just a beautiful feeling. And I've been hanging out in beautiful downtown Akron, and in about 8 days, that's going to be the epicenter of Brownstown, basically.
Absolutely. For the family day there, 25,000. We've talked about that, sold it out pretty quickly. First couple of practices, we've also talked about sold out pretty quickly, and many more. I really think they may all before the thing is said and done. Before we get into camp, talk about position battles, any of that stuff, interesting reports coming out of Browns camp here that I wanted to kind of kick things off, and for people